Sealed into destiny, written in the stars.
Hi! Press this on for size!
No touching! For Rex Lapis! Manifest! Astra Abyssosque. We meet again, you
Hi, Catherine! Do you have...
commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please, and if possible, please also use your
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to...
Hey, that's not any better.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the mercenaries will have...
Paimon's gotta ask. Just...
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually,
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often. Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head? So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways. And I even had a really, really long... It was another dream about the Sub-Zerus Festival. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount... You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zerus Festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where... Huh? Wasn't I just... No! We aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The homie Yanni's... Yes, I paid her a visit right after her condition is stabilized. However, since Ella, but for the moment, our top... Right. Who knows what'll... So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the Sage's activities. Oh, good boy. Let's continue our... Okay, so do you have any... Actually, I've already tried that. But all the key members of the academia, even though it seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha.
Have you already caught the sages?
I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would... In any case, I probably can't take over... No way, that's too risky.
You mean it'd be too...
No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocents. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my...
That's a good point.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we... After all...
Nahida, you're super smart.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the academia...
Okay, but aren't you the god of wit?
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, then I should find someone who's already involved.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he...
Actually, I already have someone in mind.
Sitaria. We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always...
I've always thought she was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special.
The name Sitaria means star. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. Soon after, the star began to waver. But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, but she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her...
Indeed. When they are presented with she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the sages of right. Not that way, not only can we get you from my past observations, tomorrow afternoon just happens to prepare. Let's go check. This should be Sitaria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we...
No, I already have enough information on Sitaria. The most important thing...
Hacking style and...
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ear.
Huh? Really?
Shh! My friend here...
It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Health prospects. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for many tens of thousands of Marut. Did you two spoil my divination?
Actually, Paimon thinks...
Is that so?
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next...
Is this another one of some...
Yep, it belongs to a king. His father helped Sitaria a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by when I start talking with him.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some...
We caught wind of...
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you...
Speaking of...
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed
That's nice.
Oh, no, not anymore. A few years back.
I see. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at...
No problem.
this should be our final stop. Sataria is always thinking of the...
Nahida, you've...
It's my duty to protect Samari's citizens after...
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before. Huh? If I recall, you were having a discussion...
Ah, that's right. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood, but I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm...
What an admirable spirit for... So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh.
That's right. It's not usually open.
I see.
Thank...
So, what's the point of all the information?
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making... Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the guilt. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with...
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too if we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believer. But if we were to borrow...
So, you mean...
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to... Exactly. That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal.
That is...
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating.
You're not wrong. It's always been painful.
If it was at all possible.
Yeah, you'll beat yourself up over it.
Alright, then...
Unleash!
Oh, here she comes. Sataria's here.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts to ask for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll...
Paimon's starting to feel good. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and are you still listening to me to be—
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with...
Okay then. Strange. Your cats seem pretty... I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? That's right. They're just little darlings, aren't they?
So, which...
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you...
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project?
I hear you. No problem. The gods are asking. Sataria, what?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been...
Sataria, Why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods...
I'm sorry. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest...
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand. Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can a...
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer.
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Whoa! She just... Well done! Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida,
It's the all I know are some abstract Harvard-taught theories. Anyway, enough of...
he's out of cubes now. Right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind... Oh, right. Your old mate. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. Actually, while we're talking...
Yeah, he's been retired.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Orb. He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want...
Oh, so who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or the Scarlet King? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King, and now you spend...
Akeem! You don't mean...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who...
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this!
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in... But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her...
Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan!
So, Shishan, like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about...
Oh, right. I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival, so...
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly...
Shishan, don't tell me that you...
What an absurd question. You make it sound like, in reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia.
Please stop!
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards! What should we do?
This is the most important part of...
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matra right away. The situation in the city is getting out.
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their...
Heretics?
What? The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but
Miss Sataria,
you...
the Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him will one day. You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper. Child of the Scarlet King, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always...
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth.
How do you know me so well?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia, and if you could provide some assistance in this matter.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in Sarah. Please tell me, what can...
How much do you...
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zero, but I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff... I've just been working to meet the Grand Sages. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city.
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for...
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on... let me see... let's use the most primitive...
The Academia entrance.
Don't worry about that. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards...
All right, I trust.
So,
that'll depend on the judgment.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one... Maybe it's time for me...
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring... The Traveler's execution was ingenious. He's the one who... Well, now that we've...
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of wisdom and guardian...
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed...
Solidify! This is order!
Unleash!
I can feel... Our mission begins.
Nowhere to run! Futile!
So many local specialties.
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Shh! We're on a secret mission.
Yep, Paimon's right. But if something were to happen, might exist after all, the academia should still...
Yep. Exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Off? What do you feel? It's the middle of the...
No, I think he's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets.
Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to...
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But not...
Well, regardless... There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
Surrender!
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Is the heater going to be okay? Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high... He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must... Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture... But what are the Fatui after this time? Another note, yeah. Things would... Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep... you mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by this... Even though he turned it down at the time. There's no time to lose.
Good job. Nowhere to run! Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around.
Are you mercenary?
Core of 30? We're nothing like... We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission...
The outcast? But why wouldn't the Doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat.
You're...
No, my sword! Witness the power!
Surrender! Need!
Let's light it up! Teamwork is...
One with nature.
Rain out!
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
one with wind and cloud. Nowhere to run.
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite yeah. Looks like, but this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. Going up against smart...
Surrender!
I'll have to grab a drink. The rainforest is the best place to live.
Oh, it's the Traveler.
Holly! It's the...
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My OSR has been progressing at a faster. As a result, Master Time.
Oh, Holly! Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on...
Oh, Master Tainari?
He left? What?
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. To leave in such a... Master Tainari originally studied in the Immorta Darshan of the Academia, and part of SJhaye is something like the Immorta's research base. Many rare shrub. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari...
A research base, huh? Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party SJhaye. Got it. Will do. You're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a...
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up, and I was facing the doctor by even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can...
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But...
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida...
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when instead, he did something closer to creating Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to...
What a relief.
I wouldn't be relieved. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means also... The doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the... It feels like plus. The doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of...
We shouldn't give up hope just yet.
Actually, Nahida, how did you...
Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy. You didn't come here for sights?
We're looking for...
Okay.
Futile!
Traveler?
The voice! It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise!
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the NVIDIA forest when we last...
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just...
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, wait, no.
My consciousness has...
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so when my consciousness made contact with the gods.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Remember? I promised to help you. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even...
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but...
Hold on. I brought some spirit-born ale with me.
We're using...
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god, my creator, my mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human, my family, my friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me, a hope for the future, a fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted, and the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laughed in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladeer's memories? But how is he connected to the...
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Alas, if only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
Ah! You! Why are I found divine wisdom? Shouldn't...
Aphasia?
That's how I always thought every... Wait, have I... already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right.
lost him! Are you okay?
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your conscious plate? Then where is...
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not... Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on it. The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusion.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the... Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to... Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drip... Huh. Paimon knows the moon... Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that... But she isn't with them.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about...
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit...
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archons also...
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question.
That. While I was indeed invited to join that project, all I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you... What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars.
Tainari, did you leave the NVIDIA force because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert. Now that you mention it, I knew, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the Doctor and the Balladeer. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. But then, what is the connection between creating a new...
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything.
I'll stay here for now. If you're planning to go into the desert, come find me here if there's any...
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully...
Surrender! Nowhere to run!
Hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, he went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Where did he go? How did we lose him?
More Eremite mercenaries? How are they working?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list. However, had I wished to turn you over to the Academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. And these days, you're... not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still in... Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get... Which brings me back to you. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed. And you were... To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Academia after all. So considering that, but that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to
That's right! We have the same plan as you!
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement and...
It's always better to travel with some...
Nowhere to run!
Before us lies...
Whoa. This...
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia.
Alhaitham, do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape.
Judgment? So that's how you...
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist.
Seemed to me more like you're a...
Who is that, Alhaitham?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have...
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise...
Has Alhaitham done something wrong?
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Take it out. The Divine Knowledge Capsule you're hiding on your person.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. And why, as General Maham... As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have you been given a mission that's... Let's say, if I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and...
I should have known you'd be difficult.
You two! Ugh! What you would do, Traveler?
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great, finally! You gotta help us out here.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty... But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect... Hey, did either of you...
Whoa, what's going on? Which...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you! Oh,
Someone's calling for us!
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you...
All right, stop.
Well, hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other? The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating any...
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies. Please, let me introduce myself.
Our safe, nice to meet you, Candace. The name's
There's no need to thank me.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, as a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, and now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility. So please, have an honest and if anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time.
Oh,
And that goes for you too, Miss D. Do I make myself...
All right.
That's what I like.
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. And...
Wait, that was you, Trump?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit. The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us. I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino...
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this? Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge capsule, and I think...
Yes. I wasn't... After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once
the most
Unfortunately, those their words contained one key piece of information. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little... So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining...
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was... So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating.
Criminals do love to talk about...
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan...
I'm willing to apologize, if that's... I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be... After all...
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham. Answer me this.
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are...
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven you're innocent.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad. And now you, Dia.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were... My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aruvit, but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a point.
Is that all? Well,
that's more like it.
Whoa! What was that, Sam?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other...
Creature?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry.
The winds died down. Candace still isn't back yet, though.
When you put it that way, even I...